Imagine slipping into a dress that changes everything: your heart, your life, your love. This is my story, and trust me, you won't believe where it ends. Started with a dare. My roommate Jamie, always the instigator, had a spark in her eye that night. We were tipsy, scrolling through online shops, when she shoved her phone at me. "This dress," she grinned, pointing at a red, curve-hugging number. "You'd slay in it." I laughed, brushing it off. But the idea clung to me like glitter. Days later, the dress arrived. Jamie was at work. Alone, I tore open the package, my hands trembling. Just curiosity, I told myself. I slid into it, paired it with stockings, and fumbled with makeup I'd secretly ordered. Then I looked in the mirror. My breath caught. The person staring back wasn't just me. She was soft, radiant, real. My heart pounded, half fear, half freedom. I kept it secret after that. Late nights when Jamie was out, I'd transform. I learned to blend eyeshadow, to glide in heels, to tuck my wig just so. Each time I felt more alive, like I was peeling back layers to find someone I'd always known. But no one could know. Especially not Jamie. Until one night I slipped up. Thinking I had the apartment to myself, I went all-out: black cocktail dress, sheer tights, my favorite wavy wig. I was dancing in the living room, lost in the music, when the door swung open. Jamie stood there, keys in hand, eyes wide. My stomach plummeted. This was it. The mockery. The judgment. But Jamie didn't laugh. She didn't flinch. She just stared, then whispered, "Wow." Her voice was warm, almost reverent. My face burned. I opened my mouth to explain, to apologize, but she stepped closer. "You look incredible." Her eyes traced my dress, not with pity, but with awe. I couldn't speak. That night changed everything. Jamie didn't let it be a one-off. She started helping, brushing on my blush, lending me her skirts, teaching me how to wing my eyeliner. "This isn't a game," she said one night, her voice soft but firm. "This is you." And she meant it. She saw me not as a costume, but as a woman. Then came the night we went out. Not as roommates. Not as friends. As. Jamie held my hand, her thumb grazing my knuckles, grounding me. Every smile, every glance felt electric. At the bar she leaned in, her breath warm against my ear. "You're doing great, Sofía." Sofía. The name I'd whispered to myself in the mirror. Hearing it from her made it real. We stumbled home, giddy and a little drunk. In the dim light of our apartment, Jamie paused, her eyes searching mine. Then she kissed me. Soft, tentative, like she was afraid I'd pull away. I didn't. I kissed her back, and the world clicked into place. Now, months later, I wake up with Jamie's arms around me, her lips brushing my shoulder. The wig's off, the makeup's gone, but she still looks at me like I'm magic. "You're beautiful," she murmurs, and for the first time I believe it. But it wasn't always easy. The first weeks after that kiss were a whirlwind. Jamie never pushed me to explain myself, but she'd leave little notes. "Try the purple eyeshadow tonight." Or she'd surprise me with a lipstick saying, "This is so you." It wasn't just acceptance. It was love, loud, unapologetic love. Still doubt crept in. Some nights I'd stare in the mirror, seeing only the boy I used to be. Jamie would sit with me, quiet, steady, until I found my way back. "You don't have to be perfect," she'd say. "You just have to be you." Then came the day I decided to live as Sofía full-time. I was terrified, my voice shaking as I told Jamie. She didn't hesitate. "Let's do it," she said, squeezing my hands. The first time I introduced myself as Sofía at a coffee shop, my voice was a whisper. Jamie stood beside me, her presence a shield. The barista just smiled. "Room for cream?" she asked. It was small, but it felt like everything. We had our fights, of course. One night, I snapped at Jamie over something dumb, how she'd done my hair, of all things. She didn't let it slide. "You can't just shut me out," she said, her voice sharp. "I love you, Sofía. But you have to let me in." Love. She'd said it. And she was right. I'd spent so long hiding, but with her I had to stay. So I did. Meeting Jamie's parents was another hurdle. My hands shook as we pulled up to their house. What if they saw through me? But her mom hugged me tight, saying, "Jamie's told us so much about you, Sophia." Her dad handed me a glass of wine, no questions asked. Later, her mom whispered, "You make her happy." I cried the whole drive home. Jamie just held my hand. The first time I went out in a swimsuit, I nearly backed out. A beach trip sounded fun until I pictured myself exposed, vulnerable. Jamie sat with me, scrolling through bikini options until we found one that felt right, high-waisted, flirty, mine. At the beach, I braced for stares, but Jamie's eyes were the only ones that mattered. "You're stunning," she said, rubbing sunscreen on my shoulders. And when we waded into the ocean, her hand in mine, I felt the sun on my skin and didn't flinch. Then came the night I knew I wanted hormones. A commercial, a trans woman sharing her story, hit me like a wave. I lay awake, imagining softer skin, a body that felt like home. Over coffee the next morning, I blurted it out to Jamie. "I think I want to start HRT." She didn't blink. She just hugged me so tight I felt her heartbeat. "Thank you for telling me," she whispered. That night, we researched clinics together, her pen scratching notes as we planned my future. The first time someone called me ma'am without a second glance, I nearly cried. It was just a cashier, but it meant the world. Jamie hooped when I told her, kissing my cheek. "Told you you're passing," she teased. But it wasn't about passing. It was about being seen. We almost lost each other once. Jamie got her dream job in another state. "We have to move," she said, her eyes bright. Panic. My doctors, my community, my life, they were here. "I can't start over," I whispered. We didn't speak for 2 days. But then Jamie came home with takeout and a spreadsheet. "I found trans-friendly clinics," she said softly. "There's a pride center near the apartment I looked at." She'd done the work, not to push me but to support me. "Okay," I said, taking her hand. "Let's go." At our first Pride, I wore a tank top Jamie made "Proud Trans Gal" in glittering letters. Strangers stopped me, complimenting my outfit, my courage. A shy teenager with a trans flag pin caught my eye. "I love your look," they mumbled. I pressed a charm from my bracelet into their hand. "Keep it," I said. Jamie pulled me close as we walked away. "That's why we're here," she said. "For them too." Jamie proposed on a random Tuesday, halfway through a bad rom-com. "We should get married," she said, pulling a ring from her sweatpants, a silver band with a sapphire, my birthstone. I laughed, then saw her serious eyes. "Sophia, will you?" I didn't let her finish. "Yes," I said, kissing her. Our wedding was small, intimate. I wore a white lace dress. Jamie wore a suit, her hair slicked back. At the altar she whispered, "Thank you for letting me see you." And that was at the heart of our story. Not the dresses or the hormones, but the bravery to be known. Now, our closet is a mess of sundresses and leather jackets, our bathroom littered with shared lipsticks. On lazy Sundays, Jamie braids my hair while we laugh at reality TV. And when she calls me Mrs. Bennett, I know this is who I was always meant to be. What's next for us? I don't know. But with Jamie by my side, I'm ready for anything. Thank you for being here, for witnessing this journey. This community is our strength, our family. If you're feeling lost, remember, you're not alone. Subscribe, like, and let's keep lifting each other up. Live your truth always.